With the marshal. No, no, no. The old man did not force others in his life to do something discontent. You're still the butler of the peanut family. Oh yes, the owner of the house seems to have arrived. The old man went to see it first, he said, walking quickly towards the door. It's almost like running away from this place. Probably the most obvious. Hurry up, Marshal. I entered 5. The lone warrior did not turn his head to scream. Say later. I looked at the strong back and hurried away. Probably the most annoying smile. He wants to sell his life to you. But there's also some consideration in his heart. If you can get the lone soldier to hand also NT0. In a different way. The lone warrior goes to the next room. In this room, there were people from the 3 kingdoms. Long Sand and Long Flower. It's fully here. Saw him walk in. Hugging the book says, "Thank you, Marshal, for coming to the rescue." The woman in the sky shook her head. No need for sow guests. This is the old man's job. Moreover, they are someone else. The old man is only through advice. Everyone nodded and laughed at the same time. But very quickly, the army department said, "The marshal is not hiding anything. We were here earlier. Here, the general wanted to make sure he joined the army. The old man has a future. Can this be postponed for a while? Can't be without him. Of course, he must stay." As for joining the army, the old man still had to think about it. "I haven't decided yet, don't worry." Sigh a sigh of solitude. Express your attitude immediately. Someone just reminded me. That's right now. Most likely, they just laughed to times. In the eyes of the 3 people who together lit up, smiled and nodded. I see that there is absolutely no harm. I breathed a sigh of relief. Probably the most. Now it's the black horse of the lost family. You just need to have a copy of that. The world is a force worthy of attention. The opposite. It is nothing in the eyes of the 7. It's like he came back this time. The 3 of them, the alliance, seemed to be much stronger. The army looked at the surest side and laughed. Track the butler. All lost today. Set injured. I'm afraid there will be no luck in tomorrow's fight. Should the one who is the butler be replaced? Most likely shrug. Refused to say of course. And here we are, the lost representative. The first battle will definitely hit gold. Until then, the world is really on par with you. So we've got to go see something. The first battle of the butler track. How it's going to create a vibration. Ha 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 ha. Long laughed softly for an hour. Everyone glanced at each other. Laughing for 2 hours. We're all looking forward to tomorrow. Most likely, how great will the war be? Second day in Van Long Then. There was a loud applause in the arena. Inside the ring. Surrounded by people lying on the ground. Dead or injured. There are only 2 teenagers. Breathing as fast as on the face. Excitement straight up there. Right now. A celestial master pointing to the ring. Shout out to the winner of the race this time. The moon sword. to decide the final Ming Dynasty war. There was an immediate round of applause. Two teenagers in the ring together go down in the mood. Incessant agitation. Watch the two of you go down. Take a few steps forward and laugh. Congratulations to two people. Original lay. These two men are the eldest sons. And the second. Thursday Lin. From the battle at Thenmin City. They were saved by heaven to become a subordinate family of the sword servant. This time, he also came to Batch Jia Min to support his servant. Primary Lin Ni, two children expressed NT0. This time you are really in the final battle. You can join the battle of the sword maidens. Mr. Long also came to laugh. Remember, don't lose it. You must protect the two men well. The two of you who like to share your happiness. Their ancestors. The positive integration is also on one side constantly nodding. They know that they are protected by the sword. Only they can survive. After the battle with Yu Min Cup that year. So the 100 families of Min this time. They will definitely take this opportunity to repay their kindness. Thank heaven and Yang follow behind. A squid shakes his head with a sigh. The two grandmothers who wore socks to the two grandmothers. People fight like that. Tell me the tragedy of this fight. Not trivial. I'm scared of the two CAs. His word is not over. Mr. Long, on the one hand, said seriously. Guys don't need to talk much. All these years by the grace of the sword. Again can't repay. It makes the weather difficult. Please, gentlemen, give us a chance. Give the servant the sword. Thank God for listening so deeply and looking at them. The surgeon sighed. Right now. There was a sound in the ring again. The next clan battle. Ho Long dance with the sky lamb into surplus. I have just drawn to familiar pictures. Bring the disciple behind appeared. Go to the ring. Accumulated stop incense unconsciously to eyes shine to say. That's not the same thing as you do. Thank heaven Yang also nodded, and by the way, Ra is the two of them. This place is full of acquaintances. The two Dongs don't know either. Thank God they are talking about them. Right now in the ring, focus on fighting. With the help of a long dance. Dong Thien Ba broke through the sky. Right now in the grand arena. Not more than half an hour. Bring the enemy down. Bring everyone down to the ground. This time, the judge once again declared Ho Vu a winner. Just walked down the ring. Tung Tien Ba looked at the people. Thank God in front of you, exclaimed in amazement. Thank you, brother sister. I haven't seen you two in a long time. At this time a happy old man came forward to greet. Brother hasn't seen you for a long time. I can't believe our two families are in the final battle. When we are born, we will fight side by side. Ha ha ha. Host to people constantly greeting, happy to talk. Right now. There was a loud sound again in the ring. The next battle. Duong Than Hong Jia versus Thenmin City. God Jia. Words just came out. Those who secrete are immediately shaken. Together towards the radio looking over. In my mouth, I whisper. Is Yu Min Cup Storman Dog? Years ago, when the two religious leaders were pardoned by Yun Hai, The family went to the bridge next to Yumin Cup. Become one of their subordinates. This time only one man and one woman. But the enemy is more than 50 people. The scene even has a celestial perspective. God only has 2 people. But the devilish body around. There's always dark air around. Look at the people. The devil is not out. They're standing there in a very dark place. It's a little scary to look at. Hey ha 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 to scene's top wind. I wanted to fight so many of our masters. It's not self-explanatory. Lead. A young man laughed and looked at the 2 monks and said, "Look at these 2 types of demons. I can't live in the world anymore. Looking for death, ha ha ha." But just finished. Mankir suddenly moved the black air. In the blink of an eye towards the crowd. Just for a moment, the man with the pink head fell down. Death without closing eyes. Everyone rose, took a breath of cold air, and looked at the 2 men. For a long time. Finally someone angry spoke up. His mother spied again. Go ahead and kill them. The result of a killing spree that took place in the ring. To strange body image of Sunjia. The Red family killed 50 people. The cry of sorrow is relentless. Everybody's looking stupid. Not long. There are only 2 in the ring. They are standing in the middle of the present. The devil is scary. Right now the woman in the evil ring. Look at the man of the house. The devil laughed. You Min Cup traitor. Today we have to liquidate the Cho Yu Min Cup. At the final battle. We will chase you and kill you. There is no one left. Ha 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 ha. I looked at the 2 demons in front of me. Keep your face down to protect the person behind you. Speak up coldly. Exports of language. You 2 are the ones who dare to move. The woman in front of him laughed fearlessly. The 2 men who made you are our own master. We're only dealing with this traitor raw. The man next to him also nodded. Speak up and answer people. Don't be confused, it's just our second goal. Our first goal is to get lost. Stop listening to this and immediately panic. Urgently cry out. What do you want to deal with? No, we want to find the lost. Kill them all. Especially that ordinary butler. Let him die less completely. The man gritted his teeth into words. The eyes of evil. The opposite is the sky. These 2 people want to deal with it the most. Immediately pout his lips in contempt. To monstrous people don't raw people. The devil is not this devil. I don't even know how much shit I am. I also want to deal with the monster. It's not my own strength. Then he laughed out loud. I didn't even forget to shout a word. Their conversation also gets into everyone's ears. I can't help but whisper for an hour. Everywhere else is a thorn in the eye. Come and see the 7 families of Yumin Cup come. Right now. There was a shouting match in the audience. People turned their heads and looked back. I can only see you in front of me. There are other elders in the back. But this place is the arena of the 3rd class. It's clear that the people of the Seven Kingdoms shouldn't be there. But now the people of Yumin Cup came again to spark a conversation. They want to have fun with the people. It's impossible. There's definitely someone important. Notable coming soon. After all, who has that kind of talent? Can attract the respect of upper-lower Yumin Cup. The monstrous son of Sun Jia looked at Yuanshan, revealing a radiant smile. Yumin Cup holder, come see our family battle in person. Here it is. It shows how much the owner values us. No, we are different from traitors. We are in the bosom of the cup. The owner is intimate. The monster next to him also nodded. The cartoon shows a bright smile. It's like looking a little weird. Thank heaven, Yang rolling his eyes contemptuously and pouting his lips to self-attached. You don't have time to care about the Tatai monsters. Hear this word. The angry monster girl said, what did you say? But heaven has not yet answered. The crowd screamed again. It's a dance floor. Everyone follow the screams looking back. It is true that the dragon boat is coming, led by the army. Behind him are the mayor and the two owners. In addition, there is Dane. Just came in and looked around, looking for the shadow of the most ordinary. Lord, when you see this, you laugh. Another one came this time, and the boy died. The owner of Dongjia looked at the people of Ho Long Dance. I can't help but laugh. Ha ha ha. I can't believe you are the owner of a long dance. Will come to our aid. We are really the ones who are the ones who are the ones. Although he said Dongjia, we are also members of the long dance community. But this epiphany is fleeting. Ha 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 ha. The one who secreted could not help but be secretly jealous. Let's see if they are supported by their owners. Only in heaven and earth, you suddenly tremble. Not from the lips. Take a breath too. See, narcissistic people don't just have those two neuroses. But the word just ended. Again an astonishing man echoed. At the same time, the man's eyes were shining. Reveal the prince's arousing ray. Let's see the sword. This time, it is the sword servant who is coming, leading the family to give thanks to the wind. On both sides is the Son of God and the elder's sword custom. There are many elders behind. Stills the spirit of excitement. He couldn't look at the owner laughing. Ha ha ha. Owner, see out the level. The importance of the sword. It is no less for my family. The sky can't see anymore. The rest of them don't even know where their numbers are. Second-class families. Class be like them. You can let the people of the 7 families come and see them in person. The answer is impossible. It's clear that people from 7 families are here today. It's because the worst monster. How to play? To do not speak out against them once. Even if I say that, I will attack you. But you can keep your mind normal. Don't be so self-indulgent. The owners. I haven't looked at you since I walked in. I can come for you. His word just came out. The laughter of the 2 men immediately fell silent. The situation right now is exactly what he said. Shen Yang gently shook his head. These people finally understand your own scale. Nor does he despise them. That the basic they really are. You can't get into the eyes of the seven. Right now, the astonishing sound of everyone in the stands. Once again virtual, echoing. The potential long. The medicine is also here. I have fun. This time everyone was surprised. There are now 6 houses in this place. What is the character after all? I can leave 7 today. But another one of them looked at the wind. Suddenly there was a discussion. This is through Lam Dat Long in the 6th longest Feng Sao. Sao is a leg here can also penetrate the forest Sao. A full day after a night of treatment. Recovered not less. Pale face. However, his legs were most definitely broken. You can only use heavy to move around. Without waiting for everyone to be amazed. Everyone looks at the people coming. Take a sip of cold air. They even came to the 7 kingdoms. I see that the leader is the emperor. Subject Hongfu Thien Nguyen. On his left is the god of impermanent death. On the right is the son of the Lord of Heaven. The top of the 6 longest phoenix. Behind them, there are the legendary masters. There are more than 30 people. Unconsciously afraid. People look at the people behind the scenes. Surprise to the innocent. This power is not the tiger is the head of the 7 families. Can't be underestimated. I can't blame him for eating the other 6. There's this kind of power. If there is no such evil, it is a waste. Through a battle of terror regain calm. The umpire in the ring once again spoke out. The next clan battle. Who confronts the Fong of 10,000 families? To fight with the forest. Everyone immediately turned to look back at the road. Finally the black horse. The most anticipated of the 100 Min paintings also came out. But look over. Lost, although previous battles have shown strength. But now it's over. This battle, if the monster that holds the Kier family doesn't even show up. The loss of the lost is beyond doubt. Step by step slowly approaching. Under everyone's attention. The lost are finally coming in. Led by the usual divergence. Go parallel, there's also a wounded leg supported by people. The expression of the previous sea peanut. It's pretty much what people expect. But in the current situation, he's fighting. This battle seems like 1,000 families won and lost the real family. No one can fight anymore. Contrary to everyone's expectations, the people of the world are always happy. Young master, this is a broken leg. I'm sure you won this time. And this word just ended. Behind the lost people, there's an aerial photo body. People are also slowly coming. On hand spinning light lightning Van World thunder immediately exploded. Probably the slowest to arrive. Pale face. Everything doesn't seem to catch his eye. People of the 3 kingdoms. I was so excited to see him appear. On the face of the enemy appeared. On the contrary is BAHOA House Long Dance Alliance together. I see him happily ever after. There's why here. Maybe they can get into the 100 years of war. Help them fight. They are no longer afraid of the emperor. The audience saw people coming. I don't know who screamed in amazement. Sung Sung meditation that heart. This man is the strongest force of the lost. Not to mention, there are today. It's a hand that makes it. So say just why show up? Looks like the lost can be stable. At the same time, everyone is transparent. People of 7 families gathered here today. It's obviously why. Ignore everyone's reactions. Most likely, they just keep moving forward. Coldly told the eagle. You are here to take good care of your children. Hear this word. Everyone was immediately amazed and whispered. Maybe he's a man. Alone against 20 fake powers, thousands of raw sow. Let the CA try. The smell stopped towards the most certain direction, screaming loudly. The most likely is walking around. Looking at her, she grinned. Right now in the audience of the long dance. The Fordans also cheered. My husband tried to knock them down. The owner saw her excited. Immediately shout out. This girl is a little cute. This word just came out. Probably most immediately bored. Mother, this person still does not let go. There's not enough warning. These two aren't afraid of death. Always call out to your husband. It really makes you die. The same is common. I'm just as angry here. Gritted teeth, said the butler track. You are very generous to on everywhere. Indifferent shrug. Most probably refuse to give the opinion we always do. What we should do? It's a mandatory situation. It's not that we can control. Sell mandatory situation. He often raised his eyebrows and laughed at the devil. Probably the worst. Take 2 steps back. What do you want to do? But he hasn't gone far back. Is that Manur has quickly rushed to put on his forehead a bitter kiss. Not waiting for him to react. He immediately laughed and said, this is also a mandatory situation. Let the butler try. He then turned his head to look at the city. Raised eyebrows provocation. This act of divergence is often successful. Make her angry. To grips tightly to the right. If it wasn't for something important today, she will definitely go down. Let's make this happen. More. You can't be in front of so many people. She is the owner of the dance floor. You can't lose face like that. Hong Fu cold natural resources. Look at the one below. His eyes flashed, and he said, Master. These girls, the AI is his fatal flaw. Impermanent leadership contemplates a battle. Finally shook his head deeply and said the flower fell deliberately. Water flows accidentally. These girls are all in love with this boy. But this kid hasn't really seen them all. In his eyes is his weakness. We have to observe more. Hong Fu Thien Nguyen silently nods. He is not too long now. He can slowly play with this boy. The person who has to deal with it is not him. It's his son Kier. One of them loses. He will also be the one who benefits, not Sao. So today's battle. He just needs to stay outside and watch. 303 a clean kill. My eyes often run away. Most people don't feel very good about this kiss. It's hard to understand why she did that. But he thought he wouldn't leave. The important thing in front of you still has to be done. That's right now. A female devilish body. It's full of dark air in front of you. The worst of all. It's a little confusing. I don't know what the two of you are doing. I looked at the two people who were suspicious. You to have a job. And you don't realize why we are. The boy's mouth slightly cracked, making a strange noise. That woman also laughed at the evil. Probably the hedgehog you love, shaking your head. Sorry for creating too much work. I can't remember so much. If it's revenge, please wait a moment. I will let you die comfortably. You must still be so proud. I don't see anything in my eyes. But now we're different. The one who will die will be you. The man laughed for an hour. In his eyes there's a bloodlust. The most likely person to speak up. Of course you've become different. Because Lao Tzu never remembered. Meet bad people like you. I just said to the whole school. There was a loud laugh. The Kier men and women exploded deeper. Right now. There was a loud scream in the air. You must despise people too much. Lifting under the shout back. The two black airlines appeared in front of him most definitely. Then the body appears to be two hypothetical gods. These two people also have a form. People who don't. Devils, not raw devils like a male or female before. A fake old man in his eyes flashed tone. Ferociously speaking for sure. The first time after we met you. Always laughed at by you. We came to this country thanks to you. Today we have your first revenge. At this time, they often frown. A little puzzled, said the four of you, wait a minute. You want to be sure of your revenge. We also have to let us know. Where did you end up? The old man laughed coldly for an hour. Bite the teeth. Talk about heresy often destroy the house, hate deportation. Maybe you've forgotten everything. Hear this word. Is a horrible award that covers its mouth and stutters its words. Are you not a Thai? The opposite. Most likely, there are not too many emotions. Indifferent voice. Then Ra is the real you. I can't believe you've fallen into this demonic form. Come to find Lao Tzu for the superborn. We are here to kill you. In the fake man's eyes appeared again, said the evil ray indifferently. The voice contains consistency. Despise the lips. Probably most unconsciously laughing. Even if you want to kill me. You have to understand before and after. Now we've got to go on the radio and deal with those people. When you are done, you don't mind. The four looked at each other. A little bit of a nod to know who knows me. Hundreds of wins. The performance of the service is also good. Finally understand the meaning of giving way. Probably the most proud to step into the ring. There are 20 bad guys in the audience right now. But the color of the face is a little off. I think it is too much. It's just the 9th floor scene. There's no harm. But people call him the Dragon Ball. It's the monster that's been rocking the universe for years. In the blink of an eye. If the person who came was so terrorized, they can't despise either. The head immediately embraced the right to speak. I have heard the name of a long time ago. The people immediately made a stand. Get ready to fight. Wait, they haven't moved yet. Most likely the world was in a hurry to put on his hands. We must go to the final battle. So there's no need for such trouble. If fight to win, we lose and retreat. Win and fight in the end. That's equal to 7. Just said out. People unconsciously take a sip of cold air. That word is too arrogant. Even Hongfu Thien Nguyen sits on the high floor. He also breathed his eyes and sighed. He wants to use his power alone. Against the entire Sao clan. Is this too crazy? The impermanent leader stared at that place implicitly saying, the cunning of the mortal. Great, not a wanderer. In the audience the host mused for a moment. Look at the most confident side. This doesn't seem to fit the rules. There's nothing against the rules. Just strong enough. They are eligible to participate in the final battle. He then glanced at the radio, where the Holy Spirit is sitting. Voice provocation. And I think the 7-year-old wants to know as soon as possible. The competition against them is AI. As expected, the old man stood up from his chair now. With a loud shout, I declare, a human being can take the head of a human being. That family will receive the protection of our emperor forever. Just for a moment, the entire school immediately took a sip of cold air. I can't seem to believe his words. This is, of course, a piece of cake falling from the sky. Just take one person's life. They can become a dependent family of the emperor. They didn't expect it to rain. Why did you find this comfort? The opposite is most likely. They don't have too many reactions either. Just calmly stand there. Look at the heavenly Hongfu, unveiling the evil smile of Prince Hongfu. If you do that, you will kill a bunch of people. This is not what you want. Same smile. Hongfu said in a cold voice. It's like understanding each other. Two people one-on-one laughing. No, the most obvious thing I want. It's a massive battle. Make for the Great War. The position between the lost family and the 7 families is equal. Of course, people come to donate as much as possible. What about the Holy Land? I also want to take advantage of these people. Discover the true nature of the most powerful. Both sides understand the enemy's intentions. Use the enemy to get what you need. Both of these people are evil heroes. Someone who can make it big. A mountain cannot have 2 tigers. So the 2 of you were meant to fight. The day after the world, it will be a place of punishment for both of you. The unity of the 7 nations can no longer be prevented. You can only see who's laughing until the end. Someone from the emperor spoke. People don't dare to disagree. The judge sighed a little. Then loudly declare. The last 2 battles of the lost family. The battle for the inner ring begins. This word just ended. The people in the audience came with the wind. In the blink of an eye, the arena immediately boils with enthusiasm, echoing the loud screams. Look at this. I can't help but worry. There will be nothing wrong with CA. No, not even 7 families can touch him. Don't tell me these sentient characters. Thank God she knows she's worried. he is also a little afraid to say. But these thousands of people, in terms of the number of